All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County, 9/6/24. It is a Friday. I'd like to give you something to think about on a Friday, just in case if I'm unable to put a video out for the weekend. Well, something real quick. The slow motion deal. You know what slow motion is? When everything slows down in a video. Usually they do it with car crashes at the Indianapolis 500, or if they're showing videos on whatever social networking that you're looking at, they slow it down. Gives it more of an impact, doesn't it? See, it's funny because on Apollo 11, the videotape footage, by the way, that you saw, was actually taken from another TV, which is like the worst resolution you could possibly get, because they wouldn't allow any of the news stations to tap into their NASA's feed, live feed, that is. You know why that is, because it never happened. Well, what I mean it never happened is they never landed on the moon, okay? Because the moon is there, you can't land on it. It's another light in the sky. That's all it is. Back to the slow motion. When we're watching one of the fake astronauts jump out of the capsule, Neil Armstrong, it goes automatically into this slow motion to give that dramatic effect. And everything that they do on the moon is, by the way, in slow motion too. Why is that? It's a quarter of the gravity of Earth. You figure you'd be able to move around like a 15-year-old kid running around and bouncing around all over the place. But no. When you're on the moon, everything is in slow motion. So if you were to build a moon base on the moon, would that mean you would perhaps live twice as long? So the average age here on Earth is probably about 80. So you're going to live to 160 years old if they ever make any bases on the moon. And they never will. You'll never see anybody ever land anywhere ever again, because they can't get away with it. I'm sorry, guys. It's all bullshit. It's all lies for you to enjoy. So, back to slow-mo. What's the deal with that? I mean, why are they going in slow motion? I mean, they shouldn't be. Physics would say they should be traveling 5-6 times faster on the moon than down here. But nobody asks about that. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the camera that they were using in 1969. Did they have Wi-Fi back then? I don't think they did they? No, Wi-Fi just came out recently in the last decade or two. But apparently they must have had it up there. Oh, you know what it was? It was a wire. That's right. I forgot about that. They had a wire connected to the camera that was on the moon that was able to landscape this thing, take right off of the moon. And, the fake astronauts were sitting there with a Nintendo Game Boy thing, or whatever the hell it is. And they were, pivoting the camera up and got a perfect shot. One shot. Okay, here. Let me show you something. Here is my first bread. You can't really see it. It's wrapped in this. It takes perfection to make bread. Okay? Perfection. This is my first loaf of bread cooked. I mean, I make pizza all the time. Pizza dough is very easy to make. But bread is kind of difficult. This was my second attempt. And this came out perfect. Right here. Perfect. Perfect loaf of bread. Okay? It took me 2 or 3 times to do this. In this case, it took me twice. It took the astronauts 1 time to perfect it. That's it. First shot deal. Not only to land, to launch off into space with all their mathematical computations and everything like that, they were able to land on the moon One shot. No problem. God, people, just wake the fuck up. Okay? You've been lied to on a massive scale beyond you could possibly ever fucking imagine. It means everything is a lie. They lie about this, they lie about that, they lie about everything. I think the moon landing was like their barometer, of how stupid people really are, in 1969. I mean, they created it all. Well, it's another video. All right, I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.